Hello everyone. I apologize for the timely, should I say the untimely pause in my videos the last 2 weeks. Today is June 1st. Today's June 1st, 2018. I'm sitting out here on the porch and looking at fruit of my labor behind me. Let me show you what's going on here. I spent some time making a garden. I don't know if my videos had a portion of that. I think maybe the first one did. But anyhow, I had done some gardening that I promised my wife I would do. We want to have some way to back up food supplies if things go south. But my hope is in the Lord, and I wanted to let you know that the Lord has been with me. Since my video on May 17th about the readings, the EMF readings with the modem, the TV, the Blu-Ray Player, etc. I went through an accident on May 24th, and I was traveling over to see a friend in Hanover. I guess that would be called the potato chip capital of the United States, where they take potatoes galore and turn them into chips. Now I don't know if that's chips or Hanover chips, pretzels get shipped across the nation, but just know that anyhow, I have a good friend. It's about an hour, 15-minute drive from here, and he's the one that wrote the book I've been kind of hinting to. That's 622 pages, so it's a powerful book, and I'll share more in the future. Anyhow, wanted to share with you the event of my accident. If you're not the kind of person that reflects on things in your life, then you don't need to watch this. You're welcome to turn it off. But for those of you that enjoy someone sharing their experience and reflecting on what takes place in one's life, then you might want to continue in watching this. Anyhow, in the process of going over to my friend's, was about halfway there in York, and had gone through town and was going out the backside of York, and I started feeling lightheaded. I was thinking about my brother. I talked about on Blog Talk with Jesse and him having ALS. And today I went with him to Lebanon, the Veterans Hospital, the VA hospital in Lebanon, which is an hour northeast of here. And half an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere there about. Anyhow, we took him up to the VA hospital and met some wonderful people up there that all are going through similar experiences, a lot of them in wheelchairs. Family members gathered around ones that are suffering through this time of their life, and yet I feel blessed that President Trump has done right in supporting the veterans getting the care that they need, and God bless him for what he's done. I saw evidence of that. Excuse me. One of the other reasons why I haven't done a video for quite a while is because of this cough. As I mentioned in the May 17th video, had a cold, and it turned worse. And I still have a remaining cough. So I don't want a lot of thumbs down. And I wanted not to go through the whole video coughing. So I was learning some patience and hoping that you'd hang in there with me to get through the backside of this. Back to the story about me getting lightheaded on the other side of York. In the process of stress with thinking about my brother, I was realizing some things that are happening in a family, and wanting to be there for him at this time as he's losing more capabilities with his body and control. Anyhow, I started pulling off the shoulder of the road, the right shoulder, right side of the traffic, and I started getting really lightheaded, and I thought, well, I'm slowing down here, I'm going to get the car stopped. Probably was doing about 25, 30 mile an hour. My vision turned blue, which is what happens to me when my blood pressure drops. And praise God, I was praying that God would get me stopped and that all would be safe. And He answered my prayers. I did not get stopped. I passed out. I was going along the edge of the road, and apparently when I passed out, I had, I believe, my left hand on the steering wheel. I probably slouched, and my hand went left on the steering wheel, and I went across 2 lanes of heavy traffic at 12:30 in the afternoon on Route 30 going from York to Gettysburg. And traffic was doing 60 mile an hour. So by God's grace, I am here. And it just really caused me to think about what's going on in my life. I have a great and almighty God, and I'm grateful for His part. I can't think of any other moment that my prayers were answered immediately, because I passed out. I was not aware at all what happened from me being on the shoulder to the time I went across 2 lanes in front of traffic. People were dodging me as I went across those 2 lanes, and by God's grace, I went into the median strip grass. It was about 20, 25, 30 feet from the edge of the passing lane of the highway to a guardrail. Car went through the grass, hit the guardrail slightly. I probably was still doing 25 or 30. When I hit the guardrail, I hit it lightly. That was divine providence too. And apparently after I hit it, it jarred me back to consciousness. I probably was only out for 15, 20 seconds, if that. I came to. I found myself driving in grass, and went from close to the guardrail over to about 4 or 5 feet off of the passing lane, and came to a halt. That event was recorded on my mirror dash cam. And it wasn't until Memorial Day that I took the time to look at it. I felt as if thinking about what would have happened if I wasn't here, the people that would be influenced by me passing, and the way it happened. Anyhow, I am here, and I am blessed. So, I don't know, maybe I'll be bold enough to post those 3 minutes of the video. You can put that in the comments. Do you want to see 3 minutes of terror? Or you just want to let it go? Anyhow, from that event, 2 truckers stopped. They saw the incident happen. They were behind me. One pulled up about a minute after. He pulled off on the shoulder of the road, the right side. He came across traffic. Stopped, walked in front of my car to see if I was conscious, and I kind of was half out of it. Anyhow, another trucker joined him. The other trucker had a radio on him. He radioed for an ambulance. Ambulance came very quickly, a minute and a half or so, maybe 2 minutes, and the 2 EMTs checked me out. The younger guy, Brandon, from West York EMS, East Berlin Road, checked me out, checked my blood pressure. It was 137 over 77, I believe it was, which was normal for me. And checked my blood sugar, and that was okay. And literally, it was just stress-induced. My back, because of all the activity I've been doing, has been bothering more. The nerve pain in my back, especially this garden behind me. Using someone else's tiller from church to do it. There's a lot of clay here in Pennsylvania. Of course, that's not exactly the best thing to work with. But I tilled some mulch in and got that done after 3 days of doing some tilling. So I'm planting some seeds. I'm hoping I got some tomato plants that I'm trying to get started here in cups, and hoping to get going here. So I'm coming up on 14 minutes. I'm going to end this before I get to 15 here. I wanted to share that with you. I thought you'd appreciate it. I'm going to continue with doing more videos. I have some aluminum foil. It is extra thick. I had gotten that. It's extra long too, the wide stuff, and I'm going to do a video on that next, of shielding, because I had used some cheaper stuff, had wrapped it around the modem, and I found significant changes. And I even walked in the walk-in closet and walked into that to check the EMF going through the wall. Anyhow, subscribe, click on the likes, and I will get back to you again soon. God bless you, and thank you for your time. Bye-bye.